that's the only thing I can think of.
And Odell, with Lamar, I mean, he's been wanting to get past this stage, and I mean, how disappointing is it for him knowing how much he was been devoted and locked in on that.
I mean, I think it's disappointing for everybody. You know, when you have a player like Lamar who 30 years from now will speak Lamar Jackson's name and everyone is going to know and remember. There's certain moments that define you, defining moments in your career. And this is just one that'll be in his career. The greats have all been through tough times, and I don't think this is going to stop him from wanting to get to, his ultimate goal. I think, if anything, he's going to work even harder. He wants it bad. I had never seen somebody so locked in and just, in their flow and in their era. And I just felt like it was his time. And, like I say, sometimes things happen in life and it doesn't go the way that we planned. It's just about what do you do from here.
Odell, I think you had said this is the best team that you've played on. I mean, is it kind of a mix in the sense that you believe these guys will bounce back, but at the same time with your experience that these opportunities don't come along that often?
Yeah, we were in a meeting and one of the coaches was talking about how he's been to this, AFC or NFC championship game 10 times and he's only won 2 Super Bowls. So these moments don't come by. It takes a lot of hard work to be able to get here. That's why the stakes are so high. That's why these players feel the way that they feel, because they've dedicated time away from their families. The hard work that you have to put in. I don't think people, really see that. They see the results and they see what happens for their fantasy teams and they see what happens, for things that, to us, it doesn't really matter. Like this, there's a game within the game that lies here in this locker room. And you spend more time with the brothers in here than you do with your actual family. So it's tough to have these moments. I don't think anybody in here wanted this to be the outcome, but it's just the way it went today.
Odell, just to go back to the advice for Zay and the moment you shared with Zay, how has your relationship evolved and developed over this year?
For me, it was about whatever role they wanted me to play, I was going to be that. And Zay is forever, little bro to me, and all of these guys in that room. I'm one call away any single time. Just being able to share that moment with them, like, bro, you're going to be straight. It's tough. Yeah, you may hear something about this, it's just the way that the world is. That's just, that's how they're going to be. So just keep his head, just like everybody else in here. There's no one play that defines a game. There's still a lot of football that was left in the game. But these moments you'll be able to learn from and become a better man, a better player, all of those things.
Odell, given what you went through physically to get back to this point, how tough will this be to get over for you?
Yeah, it sucks. There's no way around it. It's funny because I worked from February 22nd, 2022, until this point, and I haven't stopped since. And there've been some bumps in the road, and there's been some hard times. Your body, it's a lot of demand on your body. It's a lot of hours that people don't see where you're at home, you're doing rehab, you're doing all of these things. And I was just finally feeling, starting to feel even better, as this game approached, and just wanted to be able to leave my mark. Like everybody in here, these are the games I was telling some of the younger guys, like, this is where your legacy is made. This is where it started at least. So there's no real words, bro. It sucks. I wanted to be playing in the big game. We just didn't take care of business.
Have you thought about your future at all?
Yeah, to me, if there's anything I felt about myself, regardless of anybody's opinion or anything like that, is that I know that I can still play football. And I know that I still have shit in the tank, you know what I mean? It's just unfortunate the way that it went today, because to me it's so much bigger than one person in this room. It was just being able to have that moment with these guys you work so hard with. So for me, as far as my future, just take a step back, breathe for a second, pick your chin up, just know that life goes on, and we'll figure out what's next after that.
You guys just couldn't really get it going early in this game.
Last week it was 10-10 at halftime. So, some days are slower than others. It was just about finishing today, and we just didn't get to finish. So I don't know how important it is how you start. it's all about how you finish, and we just didn't do that today.
So Odell, just to be clear, if you had your preference, you would like to come back, right? You would like to.
I mean, I absolutely love this place. I don't know the political answer to that question, but I've enjoyed every single moment. I always talk about when I went to the Rams, like it made me fall in love with football again. And being here, Coach Harbs, Steve, EDC, like this felt like a home. It felt amazing for me. The city of Baltimore, I wanted it for the city of Baltimore more than anything. Wanted them to be able to have that moment we're all standing on the field and the bank's rocking, but just came up short. So like I say, I'll take a step back, evaluate the future and just go from there.
Odell, assuming, in an instance that you do come back next year, do you believe this team can get right back to here and then win it next time and reach that ultimate goal?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that. The players that we have here, you see we made it here. It's never a shoo-in, but at the end of the day, I believe in the guys in this room. And if they're the same guys they were this year, then I don't see why, they wouldn't be right back here. The same as the Chiefs were there last year, and they're right back here. Some teams just have it. Some teams always have to go and find pieces to make it. Like this team has every single piece that they need. So I don't see why not.
I remember the day you first spoke when you got here to Baltimore. You talked about how special it was, how excited you were to be a part of this. When you look back at this season, just how special of a memory is this whole year going to be for you?
Yeah, I'll never forget anything about it. I remember the phone calls before even signing, like, do you think it'd be cool in Baltimore? It's not, it's not the most fun in the world, and it's like I actually had, this year to me was a year that I'll never forget in my entire life. So, again, like I say, it's just unfortunate the way that it ended. But when you're going against, one of the best teams in the world, and they've shown it year in and year out, sometimes you just got to tip your hat, and they played better than we did today.
Does that make it more painful going from a year that you'll never forget and the love and the passion that you had on this team and it falling short?
No, I mean the pain ain't gonna be there. You put so much into it, and when it doesn't go the way that you want, like it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. This moment, you feel this moment how you feel it.